Yo. What is happening, everybody? We are back.
Yeah, we're alive.
We didn't get canceled.
It's been a while, but we're back.
It's been a while.
I thought that exact same thing.
God, we're idiots.
Hey, great minds think alike, right?
Is that what you want to call it?
Yeah, you can call it that.
What's popping up? Oh, I got a Windows notification. Start freaking out.
Don't worry, your internet's not gonna crash this time.
Don't. No. Stop talking.
Hopefully.
I guess the new norm for the internet, by the way, is just 2 bars because that's all I've got.
That's always fun.
I've only got 2 bars.
Hey, at least you're working this time.
Right, for now. Where the hell is my one thing?
So, Florida's got a new head coach.
Yes, we do. Billy Napier.
What do you think about the hire?
Don't know if... definitely best. Somewhat a little bit skeptical, but just because of the fact that he's a disciple of Saban, but so is half of the SEC, so. And, but yeah, no, he was the wide receivers coach, and he brought some pretty darn good recruits, some of them being like Jerry Jeudy. I actually have the list here, but like Jerry Jeudy was one of them. Let me pull up this list real quick. And he was also, I think, offensive coordinator for Clemson. And I don't know why he got fired, but I know somebody said, I think he punched, what's his face? I think he punched Dabo, which is just hilarious.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so some of the top 10 notable. He recruited Calvin Ridley, Trevon Diggs, Jerry Jeudy, Cameron Robinson, Taj Boyd, Cameron Sims, Victor Beasley, Brandon Thomas, Jared Maiden, and Lawrence Jones. So, I mean...
He's at least a talented recruiter, which would be nice for Florida.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows Calvin Ridley, Trevon Diggs, and Jerry Jeudy. Everybody knows them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm curious to see who he's going to bring as I'm trying to figure out the words are hard right now, and I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out who he's going to bring for, like, his staff and all that. Because he's going to coach Louisiana's next game, their championship game. And then his first press conference, I think, is December 5th. I think is what they said.
So he's actually going to coach out his remaining tenure and then come into Florida.
He's going to coach the championship game.
Yeah.
Because I think they still have the bowl game.
Because coaches like Orgeron and Lincoln Riley aren't going to coach like their championship games or bowl games. They're just going to go. Yeah.
Yeah, which Coach O, if you watched that speech last night, you could tell he really liked... He really liked being there.
Yeah, I think it was just, I mean, the picture came out of him with the girl and everything, and I think there was some behind-the-scenes stuff that it was just like the football program wanted to distance themselves from him.
Yeah, but let me... Yeah, and from... I have it right here. UFAD Scott Strickland said Billy Napier was his primary target and the only candidate he met with the job. Once he interviewed him last Tuesday, it went so well that he ended the search. His ability to bring highly talented people together, along with his vision for having a strong relationship-based culture, is what made him such an attractive choice. Also, how detailed his plan is for player development, staffing, and recruiting, along with the sustained desire to improve. It was easy for Strickland to see why he's had success. And I mean, the dude's had a lot of success. I think He's been there for 4 years for Louisiana, and I think all those 4 years he's been in the championship. Like the conference championship, not actual.
Yeah, and a coach, when they're so well put together in that aspect, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's just the thing I worry about is just the development plan. If something goes haywire, you got to have a backup plan for it.
I worry a lot. Yeah. Yeah, and I know thanks to Thanks to Lincoln Riley going to USC, which shout out for Lincoln, by the way, because you screwed over LSU, and I appreciate that, bud. 2 guys already decommitted from Oklahoma, and they live in Florida.
That's going to be good for recruiting.
One's a wide receiver, one's a running back, and I would like to say in the 6 days, because everybody and their mother knew Billy Napier was going to be the head coach for Florida. The second, on the minute it was shown that Strickland was in Louisiana on Tuesday, everybody already knew. Like, it wasn't official until today, but like everybody knew, and we already had in 6 days before he was even announced. He did more recruiting than Mullen has because we got top 100. I can't remember, but it's like a 4-star defensive tackle. He's top 100. And then we got the number 1 wide receiver in Florida. And we're still in the running for the number 1 wide receiver in the nation.
Yeah, it's always good to have a talented recruiter. I mean, it makes a world of difference. And I can compare it to Marcus Freeman came to Notre Dame. You saw the commit of a bunch of 4- and 5-star guys around the nation. And if the same thing happens for Florida, it could step them up in the SEC. It could make them valuable competition for the big dogs like Georgia and Alabama. And Alabama,
I was going to say the actual dog team. Yeah.
Yeah. Alabama is on a down year. If this continues, who knows? Georgia could take their spot, and then Florida could be knocking on that door too.
Yeah. Which I think for Alabama, I think yesterday was their trap game.
Yeah, honestly, they may have won, but I think that's a loss in terms of the view of the committee.
I mean, they moved down to 4, so, and if they beat Georgia, then it won't matter.
Yeah, if they beat Georgia, they're in that CFP, but if not, I don't think they stay in.
Yeah, no, if not, they're out.
And the big question, I think all eyes are going to be on this game, is the Oklahoma State-Baylor game, that conference championship. That's going to be huge. If it's a win, as long as something happens with somebody in the top 4 losing, that's not Georgia, they get in if they win. If not, well, that opens up the door for Notre Dame, who's probably going to end up staying at the 6. So either way, with a Bama loss,
6, I can't remember. Yeah.
With a Bama loss, that's going to open up a door for somebody.
Yeah. Honestly, I think, and this might just be me being biased because I hate Georgia. I think Michigan might be the favorite. I'm calling it now. I think Michigan's got, because you look at Georgia and Michigan's defense. That's 1 and 2 right there. That's 1 and 2. They've got a killer run game, and they both have terrible quarterbacks. They're literally carbon copies of one another. It's just that.
I wouldn't say Cade's a terrible quarterback.
True.
I'd say he's just very inconsistent, and he can't throw a great deep ball.
Yeah. But, I mean, even with not Hutchinson, that's the defensive end, but I can't think.
Are you trying to think of the running back?
Yeah.
Corum and Haskins.
Haskins, thank you. I knew there was an H in there somewhere. Even if you just screen it to Haskins, he's still going to do damage.
Haskins is their power back. Corum's their passing back. So I think you're thinking of Corum. Corum, the shorter guy, the one that takes a lot of the outside carries.
Yeah. I mean, either way, though.
Either way,
you've got that double-headed monster. Those 2 alone are better than every Georgia running back, in my opinion.
Yeah, by far.
And with Georgia, and now they've had a couple of guys get arrested on that linebacking core. But that entire D line for Michigan is scary. Like in Georgia, you just hear Jordan Davis. That entire D line.
Yeah,
for
they've
Michigan
had
is
guys
just
step
scary.
up on that D line over the year. Aiden Hutchinson's not the
Yeah.
only one. And Hutchinson has put himself up in the potential race for the Heisman.
As he should. As he absolutely should.
And the thing about Georgia is I think the best way to beat them is a deep ball. And that's the one thing that worries me about Michigan is I don't know if they can throw the deep ball. But they do have Anthony, the talented freshman, and I think as long as they can hit him and whoever else, maybe all the tight end,
Yeah.
I think as long as you can hit them deep, you can beat Bama or beat Georgia, because Georgia's a very good team against the run.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then I think like we said before, Georgia's got a subpar offense.
Yeah, they do. I their defense is what makes that team. And I don't think it's all Kirby, because you got to wonder if that defensive coordinator is primed to get a job somewhere else, a better job, like a head coach or even a job in the NFL. So you got to wonder after this year what is all going to happen with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
there's
can't
always the
remember the
potential
dude's
for a
name.
coordinator to get snagged. I'm worried
yeah.
about losing one of our coordinators who just came in a year ago. So college football is a strange place, especially this year, and you never know what could happen.
Yeah. I will find it funny. I doubt it will happen because I doubt he's going to go from defensive coordinator to defensive coordinator. But if Napier is able to pull Georgia's defensive coordinator away, calling that a wrap.
That'd be great. I hope you guys do that because I've been calling for Bama to fall for years now. I'd love to see it happen.
At least it wouldn't, or not at least, I wouldn't even mind Muschamp back as defensive coordinator because he's at Georgia right now, but he's like defensive analysis or whatever. I think Muschamp as defensive coordinator, I think that would be good.
Yeah, he could be a good defensive coordinator.
Because a lot of things is, and this was the same thing with Mullen, and same thing with Dan Quinn, good at what they do, not good at the head coaching position. They need to stick in that area of just defensive coordinator or being something just defense, not the head coach. Just control your area, control what you're good at.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, as long as you can just find guys that can fit that role well and give a little bit of an edge in recruiting, that's all you need.
Yeah, absolutely. Which even though I have hope because even though he was just the wide receiver coach at Alabama, the fact that he still got Trevon Diggs, and then some of the fact that he got defensive recruits as just a wide receiver coach, and I think OC for Clemson speaks volumes to me because that was something we never got with Florida or with Dan Mullen. We never got defensive recruits.
Yeah, I mean, Florida. He was an more of an offensive coach. He recruited more towards an offensive focus.
Yeah.
That's where it comes in that you've also got to rely a little bit on your coordinators and everybody else to do some recruiting because that keeps
Todd
you away
Grantham
from.
was not a good recruiter.
Yeah, that keeps you away from being
Todd Grantham was just
super
not good.
unbalanced. Yeah, he was not a good recruiter.
He was not good. He was. Oh god, it gives me nightmares. It just.
Hey, they mentioned the Bush push during our game yesterday, and that gave me nightmares.
What was that quote from Star Wars: The Clone Wars? The mission, the nightmares. It's all over now.
Yeah.
It's all over. He can't hurt me anymore. there are times where it's like with Kyle Pitts, I was like, I'm naming my firstborn Kyle somewhere. I now know not to name my kid Todd. I refuse to name my kid Todd. I'm like, there are times where I'll be like, yeah, you know, I now know what to not name him. I have a long list of names. Urban's on there.
Is Marco on there?
Marco's definitely on there. Marco is definitely on there. Well, I was like, I'll probably do, and just because it's because I'm a hillbilly redneck, I'll probably do like AR or AK or something like that. And if I do AK, boom, there's Kyle. I just got to think of the A now.
Yeah.
I was like, I got the R and the K for the names. I just can't. I need to think of the A. If I have a daughter, I'm screwed. I'm just look at the wife and be like, you get this one. I'll wait for the son.
You get this one. I got the next one.
Yeah. Kylie. There we go. Yeah, it was just. It was. It wasn't even a long search, which is kind of what I thought was going to happen. It was real quick. It was simple. It literally all the guys on the team now and the recruits now are loving it. They're loving the Billy Napier hire.
Yeah,
and
I bet.
It also helped with some of the recruits that committed to the school and not the coach, even though they probably knew who the coach was going to be. But like the two that were committed, even though there was no coach, that kind of, the swamp has powers. It's got powers. Because I mean, that's definitely, and those are always the good recruits when they commit to the school and not the coach.
Yeah.
And I know
that means they're dedicated to the school.
Yeah, they're dedicated to school and dedicated to the team. And I'm sorry, but if you look at who's going to be QB, it's not going to be Emory next year. It's going to be AR.
Yeah, there's no way you can bring back Emory Jones and have a good excuse to bring him back.
And you know, wide receivers are going to see that. Yeah, he hasn't played much, and he looked bad that Georgia game. Yes, the entire team's looked bad though this year. But like you look at that LSU game, you look at the first two games this season. When literally everybody was saying, why are we not starting AR? You know, wide receivers are like, that's my guy. That's who I want throwing me the ball.
Yeah, and recruits, that if they see a quarterback that they don't trust to give them the ball, they're not going to come there. And that Emory should not be even near the starting job with a 15-foot pole at all, ever.
He threw 3 picks yesterday.
Yeah.
3. It took until the second half to put AR in.
It shouldn't take that long to put him in either. It should have been like pick number 1. All right, you're getting on that streak early, aren't you? You're out.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
I mean, I called when Jack Cohen made a stupid mistake yesterday. I called for him to be out after the first interception. Yeah. If it were Emory, I would have called for it before he threw the first interception.
And also, another thing, which I didn't even mention, we got 4-star QB Nick Evers, who's really good, who he may even come in and compete for. He probably won't get QB1, but he could come in and compete.
It's always good to have competition at quarterback. I mean,
we got a good problem at QB. I think Emory, if he doesn't declare, which I don't think he should, I think he transfers. And then
I think every Florida fan hopes he transfers. He should go to USC.
Honestly, yeah, because not USC. Sorry, UCF. One of their quarterbacks just transferred.
Jalen Gabriel just transferred out of UCF. Yeah.
He'll probably go wherever Mullen goes because he knows Mullen. He knows he's going to be like, oh, Mullen will play me.
Yeah.
Which what I'm trying to find right now is I think there might be one guy, because you got to think with a new hire, and we even saw this when it definitely wasn't, actually it might have been Grantham, but when Jonathan Grenard, he transferred to Florida because and I think it might have been Grantham, but he transferred to Florida. So you got to look at some of the guys that are probably going to transfer from Louisiana to Florida to play with it. And I'm trying to find the post of it. Was it a story that the dude put?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right here. Now that Louisiana's Billy Napier has been named head coach of Florida, I'm told there's a very good chance cornerback Malachi Gardner follows him via transfer. The junior has been receiving second-round grades from scouts. And then, even though PFF doesn't matter, team of the week, cornerback Malachi Gardner at Ragin' Cajuns football. He has had a great year. He was part of last week's PFF College Team of the Week. So, I mean, you got to look at some of the transfers that'll probably also come over.
Yeah, and quick what's up to Big Play Slay in the chat, but you're going to get some transfers in. You may get a couple out, probably not, but there is the potential for one or two. Hopefully Emory Jones does.
Yeah, I was going to say, if one's Emory and one's... Yeah.
At this point, you're just hoping for the best, and...
Well, you got to also look at some of the guys. You got to wonder who's going to declare this year.
Yeah, because now with the coach leaving, somebody could go, all right, I'm fine with where I'm at the draft. I don't know how a new coach will screw that up for me, so I'm just going to go.
Yeah. Well, we also had, what's its face? We have 27 seniors leaving.
That many in one class?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have 20. Well, granted, some of them are like, they've been bench sniffers, bench warmers.
Yeah, and I mean, you could see a couple return because of that extra year from COVID, but likely not.
I thought that only applied to this year.
That applies to they can use that this year for next year.
Oh, then Damian Pierce, please, please return.
I was hoping that Hamilton would stay another year, but he won't. I'm hoping Kyron stays another year.
He's top 5 pick.
Yeah,
he's going to chase that money.
He's got to go now. I'm still annoyed, though. If it wasn't for that pinched fat pad, he would be up for so many awards right now.
Yeah.
That screwed him over. I watched him go down, and it was the saddest thing. I will say this, though. At least not Kyle Hamilton. Kyron Williams is up for the Paul Hornung Award and is currently winning the voting. I can be happy about something.
Yeah, right.
Because this team does not look like it's going to make it into that college football playoff.
A lot of things would have to happen, but...
All we need is a convincing Bama loss and Oklahoma State to lose their championship game, but I don't know if either of those... Bama probably is going to lose, but I don't know if Oklahoma State loses to Baylor. I don't.
Hey, it's me.
Anyways, I don't know, because Baylor's not at the point where I think they can beat them, but I don't think they will. Baylor's just one of those squads that they're good, but they're not that good. Oklahoma State's had a very up year.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Which I kind of woke up in the morning and saw Oklahoma State won, because last I saw it was Oklahoma in the lead.
Yeah, Oklahoma State pulled away at the end. I'm very mad. I was hoping Oklahoma would have won, because then it would have been Oklahoma State again, and all we would have needed was an Oklahoma State win, but it didn't happen. And then there was the big game, Michigan versus Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good game to watch. That one came close through most of the game. I really thought it would have been a little closer, but it was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game, but that Michigan team was just stacked.
Yeah.
That Michigan team was just a lot better.
They've just developed so much through the year that it's tough to beat them. And there's a reason they're going to be number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, at least we can watch them blow Cincinnati out of the water before they inevitably walk into Georgia and then never return.
Right.
Because Michigan's good, but I don't know if they can beat Georgia. And
I don't know. They might be able to.
Yeah, and since he's going to be a warm-up, because they're going to show them why they're a Power 5 team.
Yeah.
And I think the committee's going to try whatever they can to keep them out, but I don't know if they will because of that conference championship win. And the committee likes conference championships. But it's a Power 5, so who knows? Or it's a G5, so who knows how much that weighs it down to.
Yeah, and then y'all are... Who do y'all play?
We don't have a conference championship because we're independents. We played our final game.
Oh, that's stupid. I thought y'all were in the ACC last year.
We were. It was
How
a
many
one-year thing.
How many times are you going to switch conferences?
We've never been in a conference. We're
You
in
always,
the
like-
AC. We're in the
you always,
ACC
like-
for every sport but football and hockey. And hockey, we're in the Big Ten.
Yeah, you always, like, jump around. I'm just waiting for y'all to, like, end up in the SEC somehow.
No, we're not going to the SEC. If anything, the ACC.
Why not? Everybody's coming to the SEC, apparently.
The ACC's been bothering us for years to come in. When Jack Swarbrick was the leader of the conference. Now with the new guy, he's going to learn. Oh, he's not going to have learned that. Oh, I'm going to stop asking. He's going to ask 800 times in the next 5 years.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Lincoln Riley went to USC. He just really did not want to play in the SEC.
He was like, I'm going to play in the Pac-12, which is the third best Power 5.
He's like, I'm gonna go play Oregon now.
He's like, I'm going to go blow out Oregon and Stanford. He's going to bring a recruiting boost to USC. That's going to be a tough team in the coming years.
Yeah, I saw a good old idiot Orlovsky tweet saying you think Caleb Williams will transfer there?
He's not going to transfer. He's starting in Oklahoma. He's going to stay in Oklahoma.
Okay. He'll start he'll start at either Oklahoma or USC though. If he transfers, he starts as well. So
Yeah. If he transfers, I don't know because it depends on the view on Slovis, but you never know. My thing is what's going to happen with Rattler is the big thing.
Oh, I think he's got to transfer too.
Yeah, his dignity and pride is gone, and he must have to go too. He'll probably go to like some lower tier Power 5 school and battle it out there for a year or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was it's gonna be interesting with a lot of transfers happening.
Yeah. I think this year is going to be another big year for transfer portal just because it's the second year after the new rule and there's still going to be some things here and there just because all the new NIL and everything.
Right. I was about to say, I can't wait to see De'Aaron King play for his 20th year at Miami.
Yeah. He'll find a way to stay there again.
That man's going to be like 30 when he declares.
We had a corner that was 25 that went to the draft last year.
Yeah, well, Kenneth Walker at Michigan State's 27.
He's really 27?
He is really 27. Look it up.
How did I not know that?
Yeah,
I know his other stats off the top of my head, but I don't know that.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker is 27 years old.
Wow. Yeah, because he transferred at one. He's done some jumping a little bit, so that'll get you up there.
I wonder what's his next school gonna be.
Nowhere. He's gonna get that Heisman, and then go. All right, draft time.
Right, and yet again another Oklahoma decommit.
Another one just decommitted.
Yep, 5-star QB Malachi Nelson.
Wow.
Number 2 player in the 2023 class.
USC had a quarterback decommit earlier in the month, mid-November. And he's got an offer from Notre Dame sitting on the table, so I hope he comes here. Yeah. I was like, oh, well, it all makes sense, because now if a quarterback really does go to USC from Oklahoma, there's their guy.
Yeah. Which apparently the dude isn't opening up his He says, I'm not opening up my recruitment. I just want to see how everything transpires.
What he's basically saying is, I'm going to wait a year and then finally pick.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is 2023, so he has time.
Yeah, and he's probably still got offers on the table, so he can just sit back and watch chaos unfold before he really picks a spot.
Oh, probably, yeah. And the caption right here, not even 6 hours after the announcement of Riley's departure, Oklahoma's lost 3 top recruits in the 2023 class.
That's not surprising. They'll probably lose some more.
Yeah, I mean, it's the 2023 class. If it's not the 2022 class, so
Yeah, so they can get guys back, but it's still hard because you're trying to get top guys in there, and if you're losing them,
yeah.
you're not gaining them.
Okay, I guess this dude had offers from Notre Dame because I just see a lot of Irish Clovers in the chat.
Oh, great, because we need more quarterbacks.
Right?
I'll take the 4-star that decommitted from USC because he won't be a guy who's going to start right away. Another 5-star, and I'm just going to be like, no, I'm good.
Well, a 5-star in 2023.
But still, we've got Buckner, he's a true freshman. He's got 4 years. He's supposed to be our answer next year. He's supposed to be the next book.
Well, he's supposed to be, but
I don't know. I think it's too early to bring in another a 5-star and go, all right, here's more competition because I don't want to have another 3-quarterback system. It sucks.
Because that's gonna be because that's gonna be us as well. That's gonna be Florida. We'll have AR sophomore, this Nick Evers kid, who will be a freshman next year, unless he's 2023. But I think he's gonna be a freshman. And then I think you got Carlos Del Rio or whatever. Right now is QB3. And then if Emory Jones stays, then you just got 4 quarterbacks, and it's just a mess.
Hey, at least you guys got all your receivers. We've got 2 that are injured, one that's potentially going to depart. We've got nobody. We had 2 guys go down. We had 3 transfer out. We had a grad transfer out too. And then
we've got
3 of our guys are freshmen.
We got Justin Porter.
At this point, I'm just like, the one guy is supposed to depart. Can the NCAA please give him a medical red shirt because we need it?
Right.
I don't want to lose another 8 guys in this class.
Right. If Kyle Pitts doesn't like it in Atlanta, can he come back?
Can we call back a couple of our guys?
Right. If Kadarius Toney hates New York, can he come back?
I was gonna say he'd probably take that in a heartbeat.
What about? Well, no, I can't say Van Jefferson. He's killing it with the Rams right now.
Kadarius Toney's gotten hurt a lot over in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's got to be on strength and conditioning and everybody. I don't think that's on him either.
Well, he had a lot of injuries in Florida.
Yeah, but I think part of it's definitely got to be strength and conditioning. I mean, that's a problem Philly's been dealing with since 2016.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, definitely. I hear you, but it also would not surprise me if that's just because the dude just can't stay healthy because we dealt with the same thing in Florida. I think he only had 1 healthy season.
That's not good.
Which was last year.
And that's the year that got him as what people said would be a 2nd-round draft pick that the Giants reached for, which they kind of did. I mean, he was good, but he wasn't good enough to draft that high.
Hey, listen, I'd take him over Rager.
That's true. I would take almost anybody over Rager right now.
And before Fizzla pops in the chat.
I remember I was like, all right, what's like half of the second half of Buffalo's depth chart doing? Because I will trade for any of those receivers right now.
Right? What's Van Jefferson doing? Is he one of them? Listen, they did you dirty with OBJ, all right? They didn't need OBJ when they had you. We won't do you dirty. You can literally start. You'd be the veteran on this team.
Yeah, at this point, I would take anybody over Rager because at least they can catch the ball.
Don't say that if Fizzle's here.
Oh no, if he was here, I would have already heard about it. Because he would have said something as soon as we brought up Rager.
Absolutely.
I mean, I gotta blame Rager for it. Most of the stuff that happened because it is his fault. And I mean, can we go get like Gabriel Davis or Isaiah McKenzie from Buffalo?
I saw a new nickname for him, or I saw somebody call him Regalar, and that just I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's his name now. That's gonna stick with me.
Yep, that is his new name. If he continues to do that and goes,
And then I
on a
saw somebody
downward
be like, you
spiral-
can't disrespect Nelson like that. At least he had 9 catches in the Super Bowl, and I went, you know what? Also
Yeah.
fair, but
Didn't Rager also make or have a moment about Philadelphia on social media too?
probably.
I think he did.
There's
So
a
if
reason.
he did,
There's a
then that-
reason he has comments turned off and why nobody can add him.
Yeah, that's probably why there's also another connection to Aguilar.
Yeah.
I mean, all we're missing is some dude on the streets going, at least I was catching him, unlike Rager.
Listen, if I get in Philly, just put me in Philly and I'll do it. But after today, I ain't going anywhere.
Why, what happened to you? Just a 10-hour ride?
Yeah, 10-hour car ride.
Hey, I've had to do it to commit to South Bend. It sucks.
Yeah, it was. That's so going off of football a little bit and going on to the other sport, basketball, since basketball season's starting. I just saw college basketball programs that are undefeated and have 2 quad 1 wins. Number 1, Florida. Number 2, Duke. That's it. Pretty sure Florida and Duke are the only undefeated teams in basketball right now.
Don't bring up Duke, because then I'm just going to take a bunch of shots at Duke. I don't know why, but I carry, like, a lot of people in the area are Syracuse fans, so they all hate Duke. I carry the hatred, too, for some reason. So I hate him, too.
Yeah. It's just... this basketball team looks good, because we're 6-0. That's the first time since 2012, I think. And we had a great win against Ohio State, which just made me even more happy because I absolutely despise Ohio State.
Don't worry, you're not the only one.
I hate Ohio State with a passion.
I do too. If there's 3 schools I hate, it's USC, Michigan, and Ohio State. Stanford's a close 4.
Yeah. Which is why whenever whenever Mitch was on Twitter being like how about them Buckeyes or whatever, the BLSG, I was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't, but I'm definitely going to push this. No, actually, it was you. It was you that said that.
Yeah, I said, how about them Buckeyes?
Yeah, on Twitter. Well, what's his face? Mitch did that as well. But yeah, it was you. I was just like, bro, you lost. What are you talking? You literally were a terrible team. You can't use the excuse, well, our QB's young when he's been in Heisman conversation the entire year.
Yeah, and...
Just face it, Michigan was better.
Not only that, it's just... I mean, you can say he's young, but he's put in a position where he's got great weapons, and he should be nothing but in the Heisman category.
Yeah.
When you're throwing to guys like Olave and Wilson, if you're not, there's a problem. I mean, you could take Geno Smith and put him in that offense, and he would be throwing 50 touchdowns a year.
Let's calm down there, bud. Because I guarantee you put Emory Jones in that offense, and he ain't doing anything.
That's true. Emory Jones would just throw touchdowns to the other team.
It hurts. Did he even throw a pick 6 this year? Oh, yeah. Wait, yes, he did.
I was going to say, he's thrown 1, I think.
I know AR did, but that was against Georgia. And again, like I said, Dan Mullen.
That's against Georgia. I mean,
Dan Mullen threw that man to the wolves. I'm sorry.
Against Georgia, you should expect it if you don't have a top 10 offense.
Or wait, yeah. We should. Ugh.
I mean, you could have put any other team there, and they probably would have done just as bad, if not worse, than Florida did.
I don't know, man. up until the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of that first half, we were doing pretty darn good. And then we somehow let up 21 points in just literally 50 seconds. I just don't understand.
At least you're not Georgia Tech, who got a 45 dropped on them by Georgia.
Yeah, I don't understand how that's a rivalry. I really did.
I don't either.
Did we get 45 dropped on? I don't even remember how much they beat us by.
People are like, I get rivalry's a rivalry, but sometimes there's just years where you got to be like, it's a rivalry, but it's not really a competition. I mean,
they got a cool name for it. It's just pure hate.
Yeah. And it's
but
not like
there's no competition.
That's been Notre Dame Stanford for years. It's been no competition. That's Notre Dame USC. It was one would be good, one wouldn't be, and then it would flip and flip and flip. The last time they've both been really good was like the Matt Leinart, Brady Quinn years. That's it.
Yeah. It's just
I just brought up bad memories when I said Brady Quinn because
I was about to say that took me back a little bit.
He went to the basement with Browns, so
yeah.
It's better I don't remember that.
Again, that took me back a little bit.
I miss those days though. Brady Quinn, Malcolm Floyd, Tyler Eifert, those years, those were fun years.
I miss the Tim Tebow days.
Yeah, the Tim Tebow days were fun.
Those were good years. Not even for football. We were good in basketball those years too.
Yeah, that was just a good time in Florida sports.
That was just back-to-back basketball champions, 2 national championships in college football, which should have been a third one, but, I digress. Those were just damn good years.
Yeah. Hey, we haven't had good years in multiple sports for a while.
Remember, kids, cherish these victories.
Yeah. Until our hockey team makes a jump, we've got nothing good besides our football team.
Oh, that's absolutely what. Oh, I thought you meant like pro hockey. I was going to say that's why I'm cherishing these 2 titles by Tampa Bay.
Hey, my Rangers haven't done very much recently. Well, they're doing something this year, but they didn't do anything last year.
They got a good record, don't they?
Yeah, they're doing well with such a young core, but
I was gonna say, just cherish these memories, kids.
Yeah, just like the Utica Comets setting the record for the most wins out of the gate straight. That I can be happy about. That's the only good thing I've been able to watch in hockey in a while.
Yeah.
But back to basketball.
Right.
How's Florida doing?
6-0.
Who have they been playing?
I know we played Troy today, who was 4-2. And just blew them out the water. We played Ohio State, which was a nail biter until Tyree Appleby. It was tied 86-86.
Oh yeah, I saw your tweet on that.
Yeah, that man. He didn't have many points. That might have been his only points. It could have been. But those were the best. That was the best damn 3 of his life. That man may have shot a 3, but I know he got 10s afterwards. Let me tell you what. I'm saying he got laid. In case anybody missed the joke there.
So, yeah, we haven't been doing as good. We currently have 2 losses, one by A&M in a close game and one by St. Mary's in a close game, which, who would have thought St. Mary's is a good basketball team? I wouldn't have, because they're 5-1 right now, I want to say.
I feel like I have heard St. Mary a lot in basketball. Like, I'm pretty sure they actually are a good basketball team.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't come up when I think of
that's not even me
like
capping or anything. That's me. I'm pretty sure they're a good basketball team.
They're not the first team I think of. Definitely not.
No.
But I can be happy. We've got a freshman guard and Weasley stepping up like he's like the second coming of, well, Pat Connaughton. But hey, I can't complain because Connaughton won a title with the Bucks.
Yeah. But I don't know. This basketball team, I don't want to say we can win it all because really I don't. I don't know because
It's definitely possible. I
I
mean,
mean it's definitely
anything can happen
possible.
in the March. Anything can happen in any tournament, especially something like March
Yeah.
Madness.
I mean Mike White though. I don't know. I don't know what snapped in him because I have not been a fan of Mike White for a couple of years because he'd be good in regular season, but then SEC championship came by and it'd be like, here we are in the quarterfinals or the finals, and then it was like we're in the playoffs, but whatever. We get to like the 32 or the Sweet 16, maybe we'd be lucky if we got to Sweet 16, and then it's just all right, we're done now. Cool. So, but I don't know, man. This team is just pretty special because they get off to a fast start. Because within the first 4 minutes of today's game, we were up 13-0. And yeah, we were up 13-0. I mean, this defense is really good because you got Colin Castleton, 6'10", long, lengthy white boy, and he gets like, I'm pretty sure he's averaging like 15 rebounds a game. And that's not even our center. That's a forward.
Hey, at least he's tall.
I think one of our centers actually is 325 pounds.
Whoa.
Hold on, boy. It might not be that, but he was, if I remember correct, and we beat Troy 84-45.
I was going to say, you should fact check that. Because if that's true, then wow.
Yeah. But we beat Troy 84-85. We play Oklahoma Wednesday. Ooh, Oklahoma went good. Because I also hate Oklahoma.
I was going to say, they're moving to the SEC, so you can hate them in football, too.
Yeah. Well,
You'll see them in football.
We only beat Oklahoma when it matters in, the bowl game. Same with Ohio State. Well, actually, we've never lost to Ohio State. Fun fact. But yeah, I mean, looking at the games that we have had this year. First game, which, first game was kind of rusty. 74-61 against Elon. Not Elon Musk. I don't know what Elon is, but it's apparently a school. I guess the dude's got his own school now. Congrats. 71-55 against Florida State. 81-45 against Milwaukee. 80-60 against California. 71-68 against Ohio State. And then 84-45 today against Troy. We almost had 40. I just realized we had 44 points on them. No, that's not how math works. 34.
I was like, wait, no, they scored 44.
Or 39, yeah. I was like, that's not how math works. Yeah, we almost had 40 points on them.
Don't worry, I had a moment on my play-by-play where...
No, that's not how that works.
Where I didn't do the math correctly. Because I'm like, I think I said something like 2nd and 6. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So because I said, oh, yeah, they got like 5 yards, 2nd and 6. And I go, wait, no, that's not right. 2nd and 5.
Yeah.
There was a couple times like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a pretty easy schedule. I mean, Oklahoma, I think, has been pretty bad in basketball. I don't know what Oklahoma's record is. They're...
So you don't got anybody big?
Well, I mean, we've got Kentucky. We play Kentucky twice this year.
That'll be a tough game.
And Tennessee as well. So it's like Kentucky and Tennessee, they're always going to be good basketball. And I mean, it's always SEC is always, well, not always, but there's always those top teams that are hard to beat, or that are the teams to beat. We play Auburn twice, which Auburn is going to be meh.
You guys got Gonzaga at all?
No.
You're lucky.
No, we don't. We've got... How many times do we play Kentucky? Just 2? Okay, just 2. I thought I saw it 3 times. I was like, oh, God. How many times do you want us to play Kentucky?
How many times do you want to see that chaos unfold?
Right? How many times do you want me to threaten somebody? But yeah, I mean, we play a lot of the SEC. I mean, we play a lot of the SEC twice. Because the top teams in the SEC, so far right now, the top teams are Florida, Kentucky, Arkansas, and Tennessee, not in that order. But I mean, those are tough games. Obviously, Auburn. I ain't worried about Auburn.
Yeah, sadly we do play a lot of the ACC teams twice, but sadly we only get Syracuse once, and that's at home. So I might have to try to convince somebody to go with me down to South Bend to watch that game, because I wish they were in New York, because I would go to that game in a heartbeat.
I was gonna say, is Syracuse like easy to beat up on, or
They're a tough team, but they're not on the level
you're
of
like, oh, we unfortunately only played them once. Well, like, what are they, like, real easy to beat or something?
They're not easy to beat, but they're not super hard. They're not like I wouldn't put them on the level of someone like Kentucky or someone who's going to be constantly ranked and constantly tough to beat. But they're a good team with the Boeheim brothers and everybody.
Where is? I'm trying to. Here we go, Anthony DeRugi. I'm trying to.
Are you trying to find the guy that you said was 325?
I remember them saying somebody was 325, and I thought it was Anthony DeRugi.
It's not.
I thought it was. I don't see it.
It doesn't add up.
I mean, he's 6'7". Oh, okay, 6'7", 209 pounds. No, there's one guy that's like 300. I'm just gonna look at every. I'm gonna look at every ESPN for every single Florida player right now.
You're just gonna scout them out till you find the right one.
There's not a lot of people, so
it's not like it's a football roster. It should be easier to find.
Right. 185. Yeah, that definitely ain't him.
Trust me, there's been times where I've been on a sideline at a football game going,
220.
hey, what's the eligibility of that guy, or blah, blah, what's that guy play? And then scroll through the roster trying to find who that is and have trouble finding them for 3 minutes.
Right? 205. That's not him. But there was one guy that was 241, so I mean.
And that's closest so far.
No, God. 175. Yeah, that definitely ain't you.
You may or may not find him eventually.
Right? 6'9", 172. Nope.
Nope.
It's not Tuong. I'm probably going to offend somebody here. Tuong Thok Got Kek.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with offending somebody.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, so do I.
It's Rise. Hello?
Trust me, if I offended somebody with how I pronounce names, I would have done it by now because I butcher a lot of names.
Right? It's that guy. That guy, that's how you say his name. That's his name. There it is. It's our center. 6'11", 304 pounds.
I don't even know if I can pronounce that.
That's what I'm saying. There we go. This is the guy. This is the big behemoth. Jason Jitaba. I don't know.
Yeah, that
304 pounds.
Imagine trying to go through him.
You don't.
At that point, you don't
Imagine if you're
it.
Imagine if you're the 175 pounder on his team.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just gonna stay at the 3 line. I'm up.
I mean, Appleby's 6'1". Maybe he can go under him.
Right.
Appleby's the shortest on the roster.
Yeah. It's Oh, this is the guy that looks like the freaking reindeer.
What?
There's this idiot right here, Kawasi Reeves. Or Kawasi Reeves.
He does.
The way he's got his hair. I remember I saw that against Florida State, him sitting on the bench, and I went, "What the? What?
He looks like he took Mills' neck and photoshopped it to make it twice as long. Wait, look at the guy above him. The
man's been taken. Which guy?
Castleton.
Oh yeah, that's the tall, lengthy white boy, Colin Castleton.
I was gonna say they need a competition for who's got the longer neck.
That's the guy. I'm guarantee you that man averages like. Okay, I said 15. He has 10 point. He averages 10.4 rebounds a game. He had 8 today.
I was gonna say at that point, he gonna be grabbing rebounds better than anybody.
His lowest rebound was the first game, and he had 5 rebounds.
Wow.
He had 16 against Florida State, 10 against Milwaukee, 8 against Cal, 13 against Ohio State.
So you got a double machine right in the making.
Yeah. His free throws are killing me, though. Free throws are really pissing me off.
He shoots like Shaq, doesn't he?
I mean, he's got... Yeah. I mean, he averages 15.8 a game, but... Or he's on a game, on the season, but, like...
But he can't make his free throws?
I don't know, man. His free throws... I don't want to say it's Ben Simmons, because at least he makes the free throws, but, like...
Hey, no... You can't compare anybody to Ben Simmons. That's just disrespectful to whoever you're comparing him to.
Yeah. Like, at least the dude will get... At least they can count on the dude to get 1 out of 4.
At least they can count on the dude to actually shoot.
Right? At least I can count on the dude to get the rebound.
Ben Simmons will just be like... Or he'll walk up to the top of the key and then just go, whoever's the shooting guard, here, have fun.
Right.
And then just be out of the play.
I don't want to... But yeah, I mean, Colin can be very successful in the league. Literally, he's got to work on his free throw, which is teachable.
Yeah.
That's teachable, and it's not like... I mean, this season, he's 54% from shooting. He's 51 on his free throw, so I mean... It's a little over half, but like the free throws he can work on.
Yeah. I mean...
That can be coached.
It's not like where it's something that's more instinctual than anything. Like sometimes grabbing a rebound may be a little bit more on the instinctual side and harder to teach. He can grab the rebounds very well.
I mean, he's averaging 10.4 a game.
Free throws is definitely something you can teach.
He's averaging 3 blocks a game.
It's like the 3-pointer. It's easy to teach.
Yeah, which he is 0% from the free. I don't think he's taking a shot from the 3. Which he doesn't need to. He's 6'10". And
he's 6'10". All he's got to do is go in the paint and then just
which is
dunk.
what he does, I think.
He don't even need to jump. He just needs to dunk.
Listen, I ain't the biggest fan of Tobias right now. So if Daryl Morey's looking at watching this, Colin Castleton, tall, lengthy white boy, get him. I would take this, man. I mean, it's a rebounding machine. He's got to work on his free throws, and then you pretty much work on his free throws. Nothing that can't be taught.
Hey, all you need to... Well, the Sixers need to blow up their roster anyways, because all they've really got is Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Matisse Thybulle. Isaiah Joe, maybe.
He's also averaging like 3 points a game, or 3 blocks a game.
That if you can average 3 blocks a game, that's very good.
Which, I mean, the numbers are skewed because he's only played 5 games. But last year, when he played 24 games, he averaged 2.3 blocks a game. Yeah. And his free throw percentage was also a lot better. In 2019, it was 82, and in 2020, it was 78. So maybe I just need to wait for his free throws.
Maybe
but
he's just having a down year so far. You never
for
know.
His free throws, yes.
I mean,
scoring not so much because his scoring has risen. Last year he averaged 25 to 28. Oh, that's minutes. Never mind. Hold up. He went from 12 to 15. So I mean, and he's averaged more rebounds, more. I mean, he's gotten better in everything. Just the free throw number is skewed right now.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be.
Which, I mean, you've seen the 82%. You know he can make those free throws.
Yeah.
And again, free throws are easily teachable.
It could just be he's put in positions where he's fatigued enough where it affects the shooting, but you never know.
Well, yeah, against Ohio State, that was pretty much how he got majority of his points. That was pretty much how the entire team, for both teams, got majority of their points. Every time I saw somebody at the free throw line, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, some games are just like that where you're going to have everybody go to the line and just that's where you get your points.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. I don't think you're gonna like him anymore. He transferred from Michigan.
All right, send him to the depths of USC.
No, but he's with Florida now. He's cool.
All right, he's cool. He's cool.
He's
As
cool. He
long
just
as he's
originally
in
played for
Florida.
Michigan
As long as
and
he's
didn't
in
get
Florida,
playing
he
time.
cool. As long as he's in Florida, he cool.
Yeah, I was wrong, by the way. He's 6'11", 231, so he's almost 7 feet tall.
Yeah, at that point, he doesn't need to really jump.
Yeah, at that point, he literally does not need to take a three. It's just go up to literally just push the paint and just go.
Yeah, at that point, when he's down on the other end of the court playing defense, all he's got to do is just stand in one spot and go, all right, who's first?
Yeah.
You
Now
sit there like a goalie.
Imagine him at almost 7 foot and Joel Embiid, who is 7 foot right now.
That would be a dangerous combo.
That's the Monstars right there.
At that point, it's a matter of, all right, let's just give the ball to our guards and play small ball because we're not going to win it in the paint.
Right? That's going to be where Sixers really need to work on their perimeter defense then if we got him, and that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, then you wouldn't have to worry about anything inside the paint. I mean, you can neutralize guys like, well, not somebody like a Karl Anthony Towns or something, but somebody to a lesser extent, like a higher tier role player or something like that.
Yeah, and the dude, again, he's a rebounding machine.
Yeah. So there's some three shooters that they're not good until they get on their hot streaks. So that really could be good for the Sixers, getting somebody who can really pull in rebounds.
Yeah. Averaging, again, 10 rebounds a game and 3 blocks a game. I mean, right now, the only negative for this kid this year has been his free throws, which you saw last year. He was hitting 82%.
Yeah, so that's just something that it could come back with time. You never know, and it's just something he'll need to work on a little bit more.
Yeah, that's something that'll probably improve later on in the season.
Yeah, especially if he's just put in better situations at the line where he's not as fatigued.
Yeah, but it'll definitely be an interesting basketball season. Like I said, we got Oklahoma Wednesday, which should be a fun game. I'm hoping at least.
Yeah, that should be a game.
I'm not too worried about Oklahoma. I'm not really worried about anybody until we get to Kentucky. Kentucky and Tennessee, those are always my games that I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, that'll be a game right there.
Those are the games where I'm like, oh boy.
Speaking of Kentucky, we have them in 3 games, which should be next week. That'll be a very interesting game.
I mean, it's early enough in the season, maybe, but they're also undefeated right now. So
yeah, I think we're going to walk into a brick wall. Possibly. We're relying on a lot of younger guys, so I don't have much faith.
Perhaps, yeah. But I mean, if y'all come out and if y'all are like tooth and nail with them, you got to feel proud about that, especially with it being a young core.
Yeah. That's all we can ask for is a physical game from beginning to end, no matter if we win or lose.
Exactly. I mean, I ain't a fan of moral victories, but I mean,
that's a position where you can take one.
That's one where it's like, all right, I can consider that. Plus, it's basketball. I mean, losses are meant to happen, but
yeah, it's not where every game's going to matter like it will college football. You can drop a couple games and be fine. It's not like the college football playoff where if you lose one game, you're in jeopardy of not making it all.
Yeah. Which hopefully that'll change because I think next year they said that's when they're going to do the 8 playoff team.
No, I think it's 2023, but they're going to come back to discuss it in December, and I think they got to make a decision by next year if they want to implement it by 2023.
I think they should.
I do too, because it opens up the door for other teams, and
Yeah, that way you don't see a repeat of the same team.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll probably still get those teams, but
but
better
it opens
chance.
up the door, and
It opens up the door. It gets you better viewership, and there's a chance that a different team's going to end up in there.
And what does the NCAA also want? More money.
Yeah, I mean, if it was an 8-team now, you would have Notre Dame, Oklahoma State, Oregon. I think no, not Oregon. I don't know, but you would have Notre Dame again. You would have Oklahoma State. You would have.
It opens up more opportunities, and it gives Notre Dame that 13th game that everybody complains about.
Ow! Oh, what of them not having?
Yeah.
Yeah, how dare you not have a 13th game? By the way, fuck you.
Hey, it's not our fault. We're an independent, and we like being independent.
That's stupid. Pick a conference and stay in it.
Hey, we benefit from being outside of conference, and I like it that way.
I know.
I mean, BYU's surviving outside of a conference now, and they're getting good. It'd be nice to have some competition in the independents for once.
Right.
I mean, in not too long, the service academies will probably end up in a conference.
Oh, yeah.
I think one of them might actually be moving to another conference. Oh,
Here you go, by the way.
What is that?
It says online. Hold up. Never mind. It says unlike Rager.
Oh, I started as soon as you moved the phone away. It clicked that was the guy. That's awesome.
Saw that. I was like, well, there we go.
We need more of that throughout the year. Hey, can we be happy that J-Jaw finally got another target and he actually pulled it in?
All I'm saying is, if anybody, except maybe Rager, besides Ward, was there, that'd have been a touchdown. There was no holding as well, but also, like, I feel like J-Jaw should have got more time, and I hate to say it, but I feel like J-Jaw should have got more snaps, more targets.
There's a reason I call for getting another another big body receiver. And I think
you got to get one in free agency, but I think you might need to draft one. And I don't want to say it's got to be with one of the first, but if it happens, it happens. But I just need defense.
I know a guy we can trade a late round pick for, like a 6th or a 7th round pick for, that could be a decent jump ball receiver.
In the 6th or 7th?
Nah, we can trade a 6th or 7th round pick for him. And there's another one that's jumping from practice squad to practice squad that I think would be a worthy pickup.
I mean, I still think we should have kept Trevon Grimes.
I think Grimes could have been a great keeper, but at the end of the day, it was just what we thought was such a crowded receiver room. And
I think we might still own the rights to him. I don't know, but
they wanted.
I know he had knee surgery, so he might have just been out for this entire season, anyways.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh, speed!" And like I said at the beginning of the year, just speed won't work. Please bring in anything else.
No, you're gonna need a big body guy.
You need a big body guy, and you need a guy that, like a Cole Beasley or a Julian Edelman, that can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, Ward could be that guy, but he needs a little bit more development. And they don't use him anymore. We call him old reliable, and he's never used.
He ain't reliable anymore. He's just old.
I was thinking, yeah, he's old, but they took away the reliable.
They took the reliable away. It's just, I don't know. It'll be, and I mean, one big bodied guy, which I don't think he's declaring. Never mind, he's just a sophomore. I was gonna say Justin Shorter from Florida, but he's just a sophomore. Never mind. I think, I don't know.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to look around a little bit more and then try to pick out a big
But
body
Shorter is
receiver
like
too in
he's
the draft.
6'4", 225 maybe. I don't know.
We also need a bigger corner. Like I was hoping we would have gotten the one who went to Washington in like the 5th.
6'5". There we go. Yeah, 6'5". By the way, speaking of Justin Shorter, did you see that punch that one of Seminoles' defensive backs did against him? Just straight up punched him in the helmet.
No, I missed it.
Just straight up punched Justin Shorter in the helmet, and literally all Justin Shorter did was just look at him like, "You dumbass motherfucker."
So he pulled a Javon Wims.
Yeah, it was like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, where he just looked at him, that Gator, where he just looked at him like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, it's like I forget. I think it was last year. It was in one of the Buffalo games where I think it was the corner went to fight the receiver, and the receiver's just sitting there like, "Bro, what are you doing?"
Think so. Which apparently I just saw this SEC posted. Sets a new NCAA football record with 13 bowl eligible teams, 13 out of 14. Can you guess what team didn't get bowl eligible?
Who is that team?
Can you guess? Just guess.
I don't know.
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Huh.
13 of 14 teams. Vanderbilt did not get bowl eligible.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, this guy's smoking something. He just said ACC better, sadly. Yeah, this
ACC's not better.
This guy's smoking something.
I mean, let me know when Miami actually learns to be a real team.
Yeah.
But yeah, that punch. Yes.
There's one guy that posted, you know that meme of the black dude hiding behind the tree in the yellow suit going.
Yeah, that's.
There's one guy going, Texas getting ready to bring that percentage down, and he just goes,
Yeah, Texas can do that.
Texas and Oklahoma both.
Texas is about to run into a freight train.
Yeah. Surprised Texas didn't try to get out of like I'm surprised Texas didn't try to get out the deal.
Yeah, I don't know why they left. I get it, but why not go to the ACC where they can dominate, not just, oh, let's go to the SEC where we think we can be good, and then they're just like the 7th and 8th best teams in that conference. At the best.
Yeah. So one last question, probably. With Lincoln Riley leaving Oklahoma, do you think that's because he doesn't think Oklahoma will do good in the SEC?
I think it could be partially because he thinks he won't succeed in the SEC, and partially just because USC is USC, and it's got a history, and it's a team that he could want to bring back to its relevancy against some of its rivals, and it's in the Pac-12, which is a slightly easier conference.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta wonder if you gotta wonder if they stayed, if Oklahoma just stayed put, if he would still be there.
Yeah, that's definitely a question that's going to be asked for years.
Yeah.
Because now not only do you have to navigate a new conference, you have to get a new coach too.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Again, I'm just glad that LSU got screwed because they threw $96 million at that man.
Really? That much?
Yeah. They gave Lincoln Riley a $96 million contract, and he turned it down and went to USC.
I mean, it's not really an appetizing job right now either. But yeah, I guess you want to wrap it up here?
Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
You have any closing thoughts or anything?
prepare for the Billy Napier era, and the Florida Gators will win the national championship in 2022. You heard it here first.
All right, so next week, do you want to set up so we can go to your Twitch or YouTube too, so we can do duel?
Yeah, I mean, we can try that.
All right, so
It definitely
next,
wasn't going to be happening today.
yeah, next week we could be live to both, and hopefully next week some things happen in the college football playoff and shake up the college football landscape because
Yeah.
It hasn't been crazy enough already.
Hopefully next week, more, like you said, some shakeups in the college football, and we should hopefully know what bowl games will be happening.
Yeah,
And
we should have a clearer picture by then.
Yeah, and more basketball news, and possibly some coaching additions to the coaching staff.
Yeah. There'll definitely be some news out by then, and maybe some more news on some Oklahoma decommits.
Hopefully, yeah, more decommits, more commits, all that. Yeah, ow.
So that has been the Holy
against
Gator. Until next week, we'll see you later.
Yep.